What's up, people? Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. We'll get straight into the market analysis. We actually got news in a second here. I'm kind of waiting on all of this right here. Got news in like 2 minutes, so I'm gonna watch to see what this news is gonna do real quick. Looks like news. Strength, DXY. Okay. Isn't like news is giving us any major movement, so that's a good thing. I don't have to really worry about that one. I think PCE is really gonna be the biggest mover today at 10 a.m. So we will keep a lookout for that. In the meantime, All right, let's jump into the charts, guys. In the meantime, this is the next major news that we're going to wait for. I know we have a lot of JPY news this week as well with BOJ. All right, let's get into the markets. Turn this music down. And we do have unemployment claims tomorrow, and then NFP, right? This is majorly going to be what we're waiting for this week. It's been a pretty slow week so far, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Look at EU. Look at EU right now. We're still kind of in this range, in this order flow right here. Let me just zoom out. Let's put this full screen. And let's jump into it. Okay, so see, we're still in this structure push to the upside right here. We're still in this structure push towards the upside right there. We still have this liquidity here, which is kind of scaring me. And why I'm not taking any buys yet on EU. Need us to come and take out these lows. So that's why I've been kind of chilling on EU at the moment. Not gonna lie to you guys, because we just kind of stuck in this little range right here, and that's primarily because of DXY. We haven't really gotten any major movement outside of this kind of area here just yet. We're kind of slowing down and ranging, which is expected after having a major fall like this. This is why I could potentially see us just going up higher to take out all of these highs. We haven't swept any liquidity in a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if we came up, swept these highs, come up here, fill some imbalance, fill all these gaps up there before we get another leg towards the downside. Or if the market is strong enough at where we're at currently that we could push higher past these highs, I would expect us to go a little bit higher back into premium pricing. Honestly, the second scenario is less likely than the first. All right, just based on what's going on right now in the economy, I would really expect just a manipulation of these highs and for us to continue lower. All right, so with EU just kind of stuck in this range, we're kind of not doing anything with it. Like I would say the area where I would love to take EU at is down here, right? This is the most optimal demand area at the moment. Let's kind of zoom into that real quick, because this is one huge just push that was during Trump tariff situation that gave us that push. So if the market was to come down and mitigate something, this is the area that I would love for us to come down to and mitigate. All right, so at the moment we're kind of chilling. I do see on the lower time frame, let's see what we have. We haven't even took out lows today just yet. Yeah, we haven't even rated lows yet today. So no setup on EU yet. GU's kind of been the same for me. I love the fact that we pushed higher past these highs right here on GU. The only thing I don't like about GU here is that we didn't sweep any liquidity, guys. We left all of these lows right here. We even left almost equal lows down here, because I was thinking about taking a trade from this area, right? We have a nice impulsive move. We have some nice gaps that we can come and we're coming to fill at the moment. The only problem is equal lows, right? You guys know we don't like buying off of liquidity. Okay, that's why we always like to see the manipulation. That's why the manipulation is like the first rule in my setup. I need to see that because we do not want to be part of liquidity sweeps. We do not want to get swept by the market. Okay, we're giving the market free money, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. So I mean, this market is still bullish. Of course, as you can see, we just have a lot of liquidity underneath these lows here. Order flow is still bullish though. We have this high, I mean, we have that low going to this high, this low going to that high. So we are still bullish as far as order flow. The only thing is I need to see some nice manipulations, okay? So me personally, guys, I'm not taking any buys from here. I'm not saying it's not the best area. I mean, it is an area that you can follow order flow in. If you want to wait for probably a lower time frame setup inside of this area, be my guest. right? Since this is, like, I would say the most optimal area within this current order flow and what's going on. Me personally, this is not the type of setup that I'm looking for because we don't have the manipulation. Okay, so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we actually go down and sweep these lows here. Okay, you can see we have that kind of trend line liquidity sitting here. None of these lows. We have that low, this low, this low, and that low, right? You can see all these lows, these 4 lows here, all of them are higher than each other, and it's just creating a trend line liquidity. So that's why I would not be looking for buys from there. Let's go to AU. Same thing here. You guys can kind of see the nature of the market so far this week. And that's because we have NFP, right? We have NFP. It's the end of April, and we have NFP this week as well. So I'm not surprised seeing these markets kind of slow down as far as the price action goes. So with AU here, let's put this right here. This is going to be a change of character to the bottom. Zoom out here. We've already made our high. Let's go to the daily time frame. I want to see where this market could come into. We have a daily gap right here. And we have another one down here. Okay. All right, cool. So on AU here, ever since we took that one buy opportunity here on AU, you can kind of see the market has been slowing down, but we have been still holding our order flow. Okay, order flow is still bullish. So once the market breaks this low, which that's kind of what it looks like it wants to do at the moment, once the market comes down here and breaks this low, I'm going to be looking for selling opportunities into this daily gap right here, a daily imbalance that I showed you guys there. And then also if the market, you know, continues past this area, we have that daily imbalance down there that I'll look for sales from. I'm just waiting for the market kind of break out of this range. We didn't sweep Asian highs, unfortunately. It's not a good look. Actually, let's zoom in. Let's see if we did. If we didn't, no, we did not. Let's see if we swept any other highs. We have Asian highs, Asian highs. No, so what I'd be looking for, honestly, is, I mean, if the market were to stop right here and we just get one manipulation, it doesn't even have to be like Asian highs, guys. It just have to be a manipulation of something, right? So as long as the market gives me a manipulation of something, hopefully before we break this low right here, before we get that change of character, that can be in like an easy setup to take and target the daily fair value gap / imbalance / inefficiency, whatever you want to call it. There's 1,000 names for it now. Millions of names. Gaps, fair value gaps, inversion gaps, all of these names, guys, all of these names, okay, that's being kind of created throughout the space of the trading world. I just call them simply imbalances, but that's what I'll be waiting for here, guys, on AU. Once we do get that change of character, now I'll actually put an alert right here. I'll start looking for selling opportunities. Start looking for shorts. All right, let's keep that right there. See if I need to add any alerts here for us on EU and GU today. ACAD. All right, let's move on to USD CAD. So USD CAD, right? What have we seen? So we got our TP hit this week. All right, so far this week we have one take profit, and then we have a loss that I'm going to cover here that we took yesterday on CADJ. And CADJ is now in timeout because That's like 2 losses so far that I've taken on CAD in the past, like, what, 2 weeks? So we might get CAD out of here, out of the pairs, and we might replace it with something. But we'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance again when it gives another setup. But that'd be like the 3rd strike, and then we'll get CAD out of here. But for now, it's just in timeout. We're gonna talk about it in a second. Now, on USD CAD, right, we had this supply zone. You guys already know this was the trade. We were in the trade for like a long time. The market hit take profit on like what, Monday night. So now let's delete that. The market is still in a selling pressure for me. You guys can see the price section got kind of wonky right here. We got kind of weird. So I'm waiting for the next impulse, which we don't see. I've been seeing manipulations, right? We've been manipulating highs. I don't think we did so here. We haven't manipulated highs today either. But what I would like to see is that next push, right? So as we're going higher already today, I want to see manipulation of those highs right here. So potentially something like this, right? I'd say we sweep these highs today and we just go lower. Tomorrow I will take a sell out of here for my next selling opportunity, mainly because we still have these lows right here that I could easily target for my next trade. Okay, so I like these lows being here still. So if we can get that set up within this price action moving lower to take out these lows, that'd be a nice setup for a potential liquidity sweep to hit our take profit. All right, so I mean, that's what I'm looking for here on USD CAD. I have no reason to buy this market, so I'm not looking for any buys, especially with the liquidity sitting here. I would like to take sales into that liquidity and seeing if we can just kind of sweep these lows here for an easy take profit. That's going to be the next trade that I'm looking for here on USD CAD. We're just kind of waiting for that sweep. This will be our most valid sweep at the moment. So I'm just kind of waiting for that sweep and then that break of that low. Boom. And then we'll be taking this down. USD CAD has been kind of bearish here for a little bit. Now on the higher time frame, we do have a big swing towards the upside, but that swing does not matter if the market has not changed yet. Okay, like I told you guys, we want to keep trading the order flow down until the market says no. So the market has not said no. We haven't invalidated any of our supply zones. We keep looking for shorts. All right. Just keep that right there. Let's go to USHEF here. USHEF. All right. So I do have a backup plan for this market if it wants to leave us like this. But simply put, guys, so we went reduced risk on our buy opportunity that we took here on USHEF. We ended up getting, I took like what, maybe a 15%. So let's say my original risk was like 100%, right? Which was like 1%. I lost like what, maybe like 10 to 15% on the reduced risk. And that's basically what the reduced risk is. It's not like a fully break even. It's close to break even. It really depends on how the market mitigates your entry. So basically, I think we entered where? We entered like right here in our original stop loss. So we entered, let's say we entered like right here. Our original stop loss was beneath this low. As soon as the market broke this high right here, we moved our stop loss underneath this low, right? Which was the mitigation that created this high. That's what reduced risk means for those of you that don't know that. But basically, we basically lost a little bit, right? It wasn't a full break even, but you can kind of consider it maybe the same thing, just a little bit loss. But that was the trade here on USHEF. We ended up getting taken out. So after that, what happened was the market created a change of character, right? You guys know we are manipulating lows here, market impulse to the upside. So basically we're creating a structure right here. You can see we're manipulating lows and then we get that push to the upside, right? When the market breaks this low here breaking these buying opportunities, which is basically demand zones that's being created. When the market invalidates these demand zones, that tells me that sellers are looking to be interested in the market. And another way we can kind of prove that and give more confluence on that is you want to kind of look at what's going on here. Now, as we got to these highs, we're manipulating Asian highs and we're going lower. You can see here again, we manipulated Asian highs and we're going lower. Even inside of this price action here, we're manipulating highs going lower, right? Today, manipulating highs, we're going lower. So that's basically showing me that sellers are trying to take over this market at the moment. And for this sell opportunity here, if the market wants to go ahead and give us that opportunity today, hopefully, I was hoping news was going to be the catalyst to activate this trade for us, but the market does not love us, guys. Market does not love us. All right, so yeah, I was hoping news could be the catalyst to take us down. If not, then we're gonna take the next trade. But this was basically what I was looking to target, was that imbalance right here, which was be a 1 to 3, somewhere inside of there, right? That's what I was looking to target overall. With this market falling now, honestly, this still might be my same exact trade, guys, just because these equal highs right here. I was thinking yesterday we were gonna take the next trade off of this area. That's why we have this marked out. And simply put, you guys can see we had this candle right here, which looked very, very aggressive. I was expecting those candles to continue down. Let me make this a lot cleaner. I was expecting these candles yesterday to continue lower, right? I thought these were going to continue lower. If it would have, we would have just switched our sell entry to this area. But since that hasn't happened, and now I can see the market creating these highs, that makes me even more confident to take my entry right here, honestly. You're in A-Chef. A-Chef probably had a better setup, huh? But yeah, these highs right here creating this inducement makes me want to take this trade even more. So even if we go lower, guys, honestly, my entry still gonna be up here. I would expect a manipulation of these highs right here before we get that push lower, just because of that liquidity. You guys know we do not take trades when there's liquidity right there. Okay, we're setting ourselves up for failure. Even if the market does not take out the liquidity, it's not high probability. Okay, you just do not want to take that risk. All right, you have to learn where to risk your money and where to not risk your money. Okay, so this is what we're looking for on USD. Just looking for selling opportunities towards the downside to target this imbalance right here after creating that change of character for us. I was hoping this market went a little bit higher to feel some more fair value and feel some more imbalance, but market did not want to do that, so we're not going to force the market to do anything. UJ. So you guys can already see I'm not looking for anything up here just because of these highs, right? We still haven't swept these highs yet. But how I see the market moving right now, if we say we got our change of character, right? Boom. We got our change of character. We broke this low. We know that we had buyers taking this market higher. We were mitigating areas and we're going higher, right? And then we broke this low. So as soon as we break this low, that gives us an indication that probably sellers are getting into this market. I really don't like the fact that we didn't take these highs. If we would have took these highs, this would have been a absolutely great trade to take. But for the moment right now, what I do see us doing are we are feeling imbalanced. So if this market goes ahead and just feels this imbalance, and let's say for the rest of the day we continue lower, tomorrow we continue lower, and we break these lows, that's going to be where we're going to take our next trade. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be looking for, if we feel this imbalance here and this market continues lower, drilling down, we will take our trade off of this area right here to take this market lower and to fill this gap here. Now, honestly, I would love for this market to actually go and take out these highs first, and then we'll start looking for our sales up here to the downside. In a perfect world, that would happen, but this is trading, right? So we have to be realistic with how the market is moving right now, and how the news is affecting us. I mean, we still have news. We got PCE, which is really what I'm waiting for. Hopefully that gives me the move that I really want to see here and just gives us some volatility for the week. I think that's going to be like the best shot of good volatility until NFP. All right. Sometimes I hate NFP weeks because of how slow the market could get, and it's just really weird weeks on NFP. USD CAD, take most profit. Oh, you got into some buys. You're gonna have to send me those setups, Klein. Gold. Liquidity. All right, we talked about this yesterday. I told you guys, wait until we sweep these lows, please. Looks like the market is ranging right now. We're creating a range, which is good. This is a very good thing. The reason why is because this just shows me that this market wants to go higher. All right, because why are we ranging right here? All right, so we have this low that pushes to this high, and then after that, we got an immediate reaction. That immediate reaction halted quickly. Okay, so that means we have interested buyers here. We are at all-time highs, guys. When we're ranging like this at all-time highs, that's showing a fight between buyers and sellers, okay? There's people that short in this market, but it looks like buyers are stronger because we didn't even make it to the 50% before this market started ranging. So seeing this market range early on before we even get to equilibrium is showing me that this market is still heavily bullish. So what I would wait for here is just wait for a sweep. All right, wait for a sweep of all this liquidity that we can obviously see. Wait for that sweep to the downside. Once you get that sweep, wait for the market to push higher, breaking a high, whether it be that same high, whether it be this high, it doesn't matter. It just has to break a high after the sweep to confirm the sweep. And then take your mitigation off of either the fair value gap, either off of the imbalance or the order block, whatever is there, and take this market higher, okay? That would be the optimal scenario here for gold. Now, like I told you guys as well, the best buying opportunity is going to be down here in this area, specifically around the 71 and the 80 right here. Okay, that's going to be your best buying zone for gold. At the moment, though, we could just take off from here. So if that happens, that's why you want to kind of pay attention to this range right here. That's what I'm paying attention to right now on gold, is that little range, because that is showing me that buyers are still interested in this market. I just need to see the manipulation. Once we see the manipulation, we get our simple break of structure. We start looking for those longs off of the fair value gaps, off of the order blocks towards the upside. Let's see. And also, if you guys have any other pairs that I'm not covering here, please let me know. Like I have a chef. Ooh, okay. GJ. I've been seeing you guys in the Discord. I've been taking some sales off of GJ here, off of these areas. I like this distribution right here. So accumulation. But yeah, I've been seeing you guys take these sales right here off of GJ. These mitigations here off of the rates of these highs. That's what's currently going on GJ that I've been seeing a lot of people take to the downside here, which is not bad. It is not bad at all. Kind of zooming into it a little bit more, I do like the fact that we invalidated this kind of demand zone right here. Have a distribution, we have accumulation at the top that breaks. I'd be an invalidation of demand, even though I'm not taking any buys from there. That's still an invalidation of demand. Let's put that right. Validation of demand. 4 hour does not have the play, but the 1 hour does. Come back into this here. Not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. I'm still looking for longs here, by the way, and there goes that trade right there that he took. Let me drag this in here. I believe that was the play that he was looking for right here. If you guys can see it, that GJ, or was it? Yeah, he took it off that. There it is. He took it off that. That supply zone right here. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let me see how I would have taken this. I'm actually gonna journal this for now. What time this happened? At 3 a.m. in the morning. That's nice. Right when I'm sleeping. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'll keep this here. I'll journal this later. But, right, we can see we kind of have this bearish kind of order flow going on to the downside. Now, I'm still looking for buys here, guys. I'm still looking for here. This is still a strong area for me off of the 4 hour. We do have some inducement sitting here as well with these lows. So I would love the market to sweep these lows, give me a good reaction off of this. And I love the fact of how we're doing this because we're leaving these highs right here. So I would love for this market to actually continue down like this and leave these highs up here. That'll give the market a reason to come back up and sweep these highs for me and hit my take profit. Okay, so honestly, if I see the market sweep these highs and then we start rushing towards my area, to be honest, we might change that trade and we might not take that trade. So we'll really depends on how this market comes down, because understand where we're at. Okay, understand where we are at. All right, we're in a very, very heavy bearish kind of structure here, and we're above the 50%. So technically we're in premium pricing. Yeah, technically we're in premium pricing. So it is very, very, very important that we have a reason for the market to go up. All right, so these highs sitting here is that reasoning at the moment. All right, KJ, we took an L today, unfortunately. KJ has been the main one handing me L's. So 2 strikes so far. We took a loss on KJ last week. We took a loss this week. It was a setup, pretty good setup. We manipulated Asian highs here. We got the impulse lower. We got the change of character and validating this area. Right, all the rules fit. It was just a losing trade. So at the moment, KJ is in timeout. That's pretty much it. I'm not looking for anything on this for the rest of the week, to be honest. I'm just going to leave it alone for the rest of the week. We'll try again next week. Next week, if we're getting a loss on KJ, you might not be seeing KJ here anymore. All right, just letting you know. So let's move on. CHF JPY. I'm looking for buys on this. I just need a nice setup to form, right? I don't want to see these weak candles towards the upside. I need to see some strong candles. So that's basically what I'm waiting for, but I am looking for buys on CHF JPY, okay? But right now, I don't want to make something out of nothing. There's really nothing that I would take a trade off of. I don't like any of these lows right here. Liquidity, liquidity. I just see liquidity. That's all my eyes see underneath these lows, especially with the weak price action going higher. Just not something I'm interested in until we form a nice push. You've been trying to buy it with CJ? Yeah. It's been kind of ugly. Like that, we feel this imbalance right here. All I need is some impulsive moves. That's really all I need. Just a push to break this high, and maybe we can take something out of here. We'll have to see. Just maybe. But just know I am looking for buys on CHF JPY, guys. I still think we're going higher. I like the fact that we mitigate this demand zone. We've been pushing higher. Pretty great. ACAD disgustingly ugly for the past couple weeks. Hopefully we can exit this range today and get this change of character. This is all I've been waiting for on ACAD. I know a lot of people have been asking me about this. I'm waiting for these lows to be broken. We are in premium pricing. I am not looking for buys. The market has really no reason to go higher. We've been taking out all of these highs. We're not leaving liquidity. We've been sweeping the highs. So I'm waiting for this push. Once we get this push and we break this low here, I will take the mitigation. Probably not here because, let me see. Yeah, probably not here because the market could have taken out these highs. I don't know why it didn't. But understand that we will be taking shorts after this low gets broken. We can see that kind of major push to the downside. And just seeing this, I know GCAD is going lower. So yeah, I'm waiting for these lows, and then we'll start taking shorts to the downside, probably coming into here, filling up this gap, and ultimately just making a new low, right? We are high to low, to our high, to our potentially next low. So we're trying to catch that next leg to the downside, and we'll be trying to take shorts all the way down there, okay? So that is ACAD, and I do have that alert right here that's just been sitting here. Change the character. GCAD. So GCAD actually mitigated this that area, right, that we're only looking for a hedge position. I'm really sad that we did not get this buying opportunity, right? This price action was super ugly. This price action was super ugly. I really wish this was a lot cleaner. And there was a lot more gaps in here that we could have taken advantage of. You can kind of see all the price action has been filled. The only kind of gaps was here, and the market didn't even come here. We had liquidity underneath these lows right here, right? It was just pretty ugly going towards the upside. If we had some better price action here that we could have taken a trade off of, we definitely would have to take this sell right here. But the market did not create that for us, unfortunately, so we could not get into the sell. But we're kind of still in bullish order flow. All right, after this change of character right here, you can kind of see we've been maintaining lows and highs. Even though we're mitigating the supply zone, that's great. What was the opportunity? You're going to have to show it to me. And for me, my opportunity, you're probably on the lower time frame. You're probably on the lower time frame. And did you get into that buy? Okay, yeah, there it is. So that's what I mean. Yeah, the market did not mitigate, and plus, we didn't have enough aggression for buyers for me. They have enough aggression in this price action. So, I mean, that's why I have this change of character here, because to be honest, if we break this low, I'm going to be heavily selling this all the way to this low right here for us to come back down here into this leg, to be honest. At the moment, I do know for sure that most likely we'll come and sweep these lows. If we don't, and we get a pushback towards the upside, I will be taking longs from here. breaking this high, just taking out all these highs towards the upside. Okay. Bitcoin, we'll get into Bitcoin in a second. eChef looks nice. Hold on. Chef does not look too bad, doesn't look too shabby. So valid supply zone, demand zone here. Please, if Bitcoin has not moved, and you're telling me to look at Bitcoin, we're gonna have an issue. We're sweeping highs. We're sweeping highs. So looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All I need now is one more candle. One more candle to the downside. Give us that next push. And we'll take sales from here and we'll continue this market lower. Right? We're filling imbalances. We're filling fair value gaps right here. So I like this. Let's put this right here. I like that. Let's see. Let's just scan these real quick. J, GJ. Let's put that there. UShef is turning around. Great. All right, let's get it. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's see. And I think we had another one, which was eChef. My brother. Where's the guy that asked for Bitcoin? There goes my bottle. All right. So, Bitcoin. I'm looking for a bullish price action, man. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. I believe we're bullish. We are still bullish. Price action is still bullish. Market cycle is bullish. We're seeing reaccumulations. Even from down here, you see that first accumulation. Reaccumulation. We have came back after hitting the 100,000. We came back, we tapped into this area here, and immediately we formed another accumulation, which is showing more buyers, right? We formed that right here. So we have our 3 drives. So simply put, what I'm waiting for here is, honestly, I think we're going to come back into 100,000. We're either going to tap into 100,000, get a rejection, and come back into this area, or we could explode past 100,000. If we explode past 100,000, we could probably get another reaccumulation towards the upside. Okay, but it's not going to be that aggressive. All right, we don't want Bitcoin being too volatile. The slower that Bitcoin is, the more that crypto flourishes. Okay, honestly, because the more volatile this is, the more I'd say the masses and I'd say regular people that don't know about trading, that don't know about investing, the slower that this is and the more safer that it becomes, the better that it would be for crypto over general. Okay, so because that's the main thing. It fluctuates. It fluctuates a lot, and it scares a lot of people, except for traders that are used to this. But you guys have to understand, only barely 5% of people trade. Okay, so we need to invite the normal people in here. So we want this market to be safe. But simply put, I'm looking for buys on Bitcoin though. I believe there was another one, which was A Chef, that you wanted me to look over. You're in sales. Oh, when did this happen? Klein, why didn't you tell me about this? What? I didn't have no alerts on this or anything. That would have been a nice sell. Well, where's the side that you're in right now, though? You're in this one? That one would have been good, too. How slow is it? Manipulating highs, push lower. I would have took a sell to here. Yeah, share it in the Discord. Let me see. What cell are you in? You're in this latest one right here, right? I would imagine off of this. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, I would imagine here. Well, I mean, not bad. We're bearish. This market has been bearish for a while now. So I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Oof. Finally. Finally. I know what I'm looking for today. Finally got out of this range. NAS and US30 has been causing me hell these last 2 days, guys. Break evens everywhere. I'll wait till this market opens up. Swept some of these highs here. Pretty nice. Love to see it. Huge gaps here. I need to look for a kind of, let's see what we can find here. 45-minute. Barely an hour. Yeah, NAS today, I'm probably going to look for shorts to come and fill this 1 hour right here. US30. We're already close to that imbalance. We could probably come and sweep lows on US30. We'll probably come down here to the 40,000 today and hit that institutional price point on US30. Not going to lie. Because honestly, unless this is going to be a manipulation for the day, unless these lows are going to be a manipulation, I definitely expect this to come to this. And if that happens, then we're definitely going to see US30 drop a little more. It looks like a very nice distribution. Very, very nice distribution. Just tells us that sellers are getting into this market, right? We're kind of struggling. I do see that we did hit that high, and we are still bearish. Technically, we are still bearish, right? From this high all the way to this low is our leg here. Same thing on NAS. All the way from this high all the way to this low is our leg. And then same thing here on US 30. US 30 didn't make it as far. This is why I was trying to buy US 30 as well, because I really wanted us to take out these highs here, and US 30 just didn't make it. We just didn't make it, unfortunately. Equities is about to open in about 12 minutes. Once that happens, that's where I have to lock in. So, if you guys have any questions, please, please, please ask them now. If you have any charts that you want me to look over, now would be the best time. For those of you that probably got here late, UShef and GJ are really the only two things that I have a limit order on, for a buy on GJ and UShef for a sell. Okay. Let me go back to A-Chef real quick. Not A-Cad. Let's go to A-Chef. I like that manipulation. I like this 4 hour. What's your target, Klein? Did you share it in the Discord? Yeah, share it so I can look at it real quick. I want to see. So I'll keep that. All right, Casual, you got one more chance before you're out of here. Yeah, this was pretty nice. I'm gonna have to add this to the journal. I think it even gave a trade during London session too. Have a distribution. I have to clean this. I would have waited for this. I know you guys were already selling this up here, off of this area, off of that area. I would have waited for this to break though before I took that sell. So I guess today would have been that trade, but this happened during. I mean, I would have had a limit order on it. So either way. But let's see if that could drive us down into that buy order. And we'll see what we can do from there. We do have a lot of JPY news this week with BOJ and everything like that. So we'll see. We'll see what they say. See if they want to kind of cut rates or increase rates. I know last time they were trying to increase rates and make the JPY stronger. We'll see if they're kind of halted back on that. I need USD to lock in. I like the liquidity that it's creating. I like the slow price action. We just need our manipulation and hit this area. Let me see if I have any orders that I'm not supposed to real quick. Because I do know we have news at 10 as well, which is going to be our last major news for today, except for JPY. And guys, you already know what time that news is going to kind of show on the markets. It's going to be during Asian session. So if you're if you're in any JPY pair today, make sure you're paying attention to Asian sessions for this right here. Okay. USD and GJ. All right, there it goes. Oh, that's the buy that you tried to take. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we reacted. So on GCAD, I didn't have a problem at all with this price action. I mean, not the price action. I didn't have a problem at all with the structure, right? I love the structure, right? It's just when you get into the price action here, it just gets a little wobbly here. Okay, you're just looking for that mitigation over here then. Yeah, that's the area we didn't tap into. That was unfortunate. That was that, yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. Off of that imbalance. What an aggressive movement. Does anybody have any questions, any pairs, or anything that you want to share with me? I'm going to be ending here shortly. Oh, EG. Let's go into EG. I'll look for longs on EG. Overall, higher time frame, we're bullish. Lower time frame, we just took out this low. We don't really have any great movement that took out this low though. Right, everything has kind of been filled at the moment, bro. What's your setup here? Share it to me. If you're in the Discord, go ahead and just share it in the chat so I can kind of look and see exactly what you're looking for here. Because to be honest, I'd be looking for a buy setup. Even though we got the change of character, this price action's really weak. There's no real sellers here. Even the imbalances, the fair value gaps have already been filled. I just don't see no reason for the market to kind of want to react off of anything here except to just liquidate all of this. That's what I see right here, just liquidity. And go to the 4 hour. 4 hour doesn't make it any better. I mean, we have this nice. Yeah, we have that nice area here. There goes that alert. Indices are open. Yeah, go ahead and share me that. Share me that in the Discord real quick, and I'll see what you're looking for. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask them. In the call in like 5 to 10 minutes, so I can lock in on these. Lock in on these today here. I've been missing a lot of good setups because I was not locked in. You're bullish on EG. Yeah, I would be too. I just don't see any reason for it to not go higher. I don't see anything stopping it, basically. What are we doing today, guys? We immediately open with the gap. That's nice. That is nice. That is nice. Oh, yeah. Hello, GJ. But yeah, for a trade that took that GJ sell, nice catch, man. Really nice catch. I wish I would have seen this last night. That's going to go in the missed trades folder. I wish I would have took that instead of KJ. Honestly. It's like I've been choosing the wrong JPY pairs. I choose one JPY pair and the other one goes with the same setup, and the one I chose does not work. All right, so if we don't have any more questions, you guys don't have any other pairs you want me to look at, I'm going to end the call right here. I'm still going to be here actively trading, but I'm going to lock in on these indices real quick, see if I can catch some scalps while they're moving nicely. And I will update you guys on GJ. That looks like it wants to kind of come down today. We'll see how that works out for us. Maybe we can take another. I might join you guys in these sales if we can break this low here. We already broke the low, but you guys know I need that body candle. And it looks like we're kind of rejecting here. I don't want that to become a manipulation. So, right, once we get that 1 hour body candle, might join you guys. Might. Right, we'll see. Might join you guys. I like the manipulation. I like the bearish push. We could probably take a sell into our buy right here, which would be nice. That would be a nice hedging position. So I like the fact that we are in premium pricing as well. That's another reason why I have to kind of journal that trade, because we are above the 50%. We did get into equilibrium. So nice trade. As far as that goes, USD, this market likes to play, so don't be surprised, guys, if this market takes a little bit. Hopefully today, in like 30 minutes, we get that push from PCE at 10 a.m., which is another thing I'm kind of waiting for here on indices as well. Is PCE, but I kind of want to get in before all of that. I don't want to be a part of that mess. It's actually going to be a trade I'm looking for right here. Hopefully this holds. Yeah, NAS just looks ugly today, so US30 is probably going to be the way. Another 3 minutes. We'll look for those shorts right there. Taking out these lows here. And ultimately just getting back into this 40,000 level. We already started today very aggressive to the downside. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. There's a free link in the bio somewhere here. or on my Instagram. Doesn't matter. Join there. I'll be sending the rest of what I'm looking for today on there. But for the moment, I'm kind of waiting for this news here for the time being. I have a video to edit to drop for you guys. I'm trying to drop that video today. I'm going to be talking about liquidity a little bit more. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys for now, okay? The rest of today, we'll see what we can get into inside of the Discord. So thank you guys for joining in. I'll see you guys tomorrow and Friday too. Since Friday's NFP, we'll witness what happens on NFP together. All right. So thank you guys for joining in. Join the Discord for the rest of the day. That's where I'm going to be active at. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. I have a video coming out later today. It should drop today. If it doesn't, tomorrow for sure. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thank you for coming in, guys.